On today's episode, featured videos include today's bonus features. Hi there, everyone. Welcome to episode 31 of the supplemental broadcast here on Alexandria Alternative Media Broadcasting, an OK Copernicus production. I'm your host, Jess, but you can also call me Epitome or Burn Kid because I'm Epitome the Burn Kid. Please be sure to follow the entire archival project, hashtag YouTube Recommended Chronicles, on X or Tumblr for the latest videos, music, memes, and more. Listen to the official soundtrack on SoundCloud. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please be sure to find me on Rumble should anything happen to this channel. You know how that censorship industrial complex likes to roll. All links discussed in today's episode can be found below in the description box. And please be sure to subscribe, like, share, follow, and tell some friends and family about the many things we cover in our program and our show. And a really exciting, fun programming note. Now we're going to have some bonus videos. So instead of 6 features, we're going to go over 6, but I'm going to throw 6 more in so that you have a way better, more comprehensive syllabus for the matters of today. And without further ado, oh yeah, if I glitch or itch, it's been really wild since this eclipse in terms of solar energy. I've been having to take afternoon naps, so please pardon me if I yawn or have to scratch my face or anything. Okay, so on to today's featured video recommendations. First up on our docket of recommendations, we have this most excellent entry titled Child Abuse. Tucker Carlson and Jordan Peterson on the left exploiting Greta Thunberg. And this is some important stuff, y'all. If you were not aware of this issue of this young Aspergian girl, Greta, being groomed by the WEF, and deep state, like Illuminati affiliated organizations at a very impressionable young age. I believe she was a middle schooler when they intervened with her. She's currently 21, with a clearly noticeable, and it's very noticeable that she has a developmental disability. She talks about it quite frequently, actually. And it is an absolutely despicable, satanic act of manipulation, control, and exploitation, so pervasive the poor girl could never have a normal life if she did in fact come to her senses about the deception used to trauma bond with her enough to weaponize her against the masses. Thankfully, some relatively influential personalities are talking about it to raise some awareness, along with some moral and ethical questions regarding the intentions and methods of these elitists who like to turn many a world upside down, and many a worldview too. Second on today's list of features, we have one example of many that I had received on the topic of exposing the truth about Easter, and posted several in this week's entries into the YouTube Recommended Chronicles over on X and on Tumblr. This feature comes in from Ramel McQueen and is titled, "Would you celebrate Easter after you watch this?" You got me, Mel. Well, Easter is not a Christian holiday. It is a repurposed pagan holiday that results in little more than a false idolatrous holiday designed to blend and merge the Roman Empire into a papal veneer of pagan Rome. This blasphemous, heretical dupe on the many who try to do the right thing as the Christian churches have taught them to do is nothing more then a Luciferian deception by the modern church carried over by the corrupt leadership in church and state to prevent and persecute those who follow Christ's command to observe Passover in remembrance of him, not the Catholics' weird bastardized replacement known as communion, Lent, Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, Easter, and all the likes. These are all pagan placating deceptions. This was to keep the pagans in Rome happy when they became, Christian Rome. So it was a very deceptive time. If you do care about what God wants, I encourage you to dig a little deeper and do the research into Passover and the other holy days and feasts and stuff. So, what just happened on our Earth? This is a great series. Such a simple title to cover a well compiled array of natural disaster videos to show us some divinely miraculous signs from the channel titled World of Signs. After you see enough of these, you can fully understand how it was to so easy to pass off God's masterful work as a human error to wastefully fight in vain. Talk about distractions, cover ups, and denial becoming a toxic secular norm. Footage like this makes it quite easy to see how manipulated media narratives aided in the brainwashing of young Greta Thunberg. Enjoy this coverage covering March 5th of their March 2024 archive. They do it in parts. I don't really know how long a part is, but they're really fantastic. Go check that out. And now for our fourth feature, we have a clip from Sky News Australia titled Ireland's Government Completely Out of Touch with Its Own People as Woke Agenda Rejected. And the people of Ireland have spoken via public referendum and voted against their government's attempts to change the language of their constitution regarding women and family to their new, sterile, progressive domestic ideals that did not jive or resonate with the common man. May we all applaud the bold and open preservation of cultural norms and standards put under threat by the affluent and indoctrinated on the daily. Everyone who stands up against this, I applaud you 100%. Love y'all. Our fifth feature today is an important video to take note of from suspicious observers titled Safe Zones, Animal Anomalies, Primary Risks, Advanced Catastrophism. So for the 411 on what to do for the big 911, the impending disaster cycle that's due to strike in full force over the next decade or so. Well, this is a video to save to your favorites and share with some loved ones. Not all of the events we have been seeing are simple enough to be reduced merely to our wow. My brain just totally froze. I'm sorry, everyone. I told you I glitch sometimes. Not all of the events we have been seeing are simple enough to be reduced merely to the judgment of the Most High. It's just not as simple as that. Part of this puzzle is having the knowledge, discernment, discipline, and obedience to make it to New Earth. These videos I share with you all regarding the disaster cycle are designed to help you do just that, maintain the knowledge needed to survive to see the New Earth. If you haven't started planning, I'd start post-haste, like for real. Finally, a fascinating cautionary message from Sam the Illusionist titled The Last Days of the Old World, Important Metatron. I implore you all to use the utmost discernment and discretion with these suspected Luciferian channelers because there is a lot we can learn from them about the deception, even though it appears they do not understand the deception behind the Metatronic social complex being channeled. For more on that, please go check out my new vlog to complement the supplemental broadcast called the Pan Panen Pious Prophetic Ponderings. On Rumble, it has its own channel. Here on YouTube, it's under Alexandria. It's a separate playlist where I delve deeper into the more controversial side of evaluating the more spiritual and philosophical side of more contestable content that I share. So please be sure to check out the links in the description box below for Sam's channeled account of the last days of the old world, because this is a recurring cycle and it is best to be knowledgeable and at the ready. And now I am most happy to introduce a new feature to the show to ensure everyone gets more bang for their buck in the receipts department. Please be sure also to take a moment to check out the following features in the description box below. I'm not going to go over them, but they are notable enough for me to tell you about them, which means you should probably check them out. And they are the Deep State is Awesome, Insane New York Times Go Full Mouthpiece of the State preview number 329 with Russell Brand. The Booty is the Downfall of Judah. True story, y'all. From the School of the Lost Tribes channel. Armor of God, Spiritual Warfare, the infiltration of the Freemasons in the Catholic Church. Many Prophets, One Message, Islam and the Occult, Episode 3, Demons. Philosophy Insights, Ayn Rand, The Real Motive for the Socialist Mindset. That is a really good one, guys. Go check that out. And Camp Constitution, A Republic, Not a Democracy by Dan Smoot, 1966, April 18th. And all those links are below. And now we get to go to my favorite part of the show, which is my auspicious op-ed. I composed some words that mean something. And I hope they mean something to you. And if it encouraged you to, put together some words that mean something and share them, I really hope it does, because we need a lot more of that these days in the world. Do we not? I think we do. All right, so here we go. Some words. These interesting times have been curiously accelerating with each passing day, week, month, and year since this decade I've dubbed the Roaring 2.0s has commenced. It had become very clear to me that dependence is the linchpin to all of the dark forces' plans for those they wish to exploit, enslave, and depopulate. Without dependence, they immediately lose their ability to abuse fallacy through their sophist rhetoric, manufacture consent through means of dishonest reasoning, and other fear or debt-based manipulations artificially implemented by these long over-tolerated self-assuming authorities. Bribing people through false and ill-intended promises of incentives, benefits, and protections that come with undisclosed and often irrecoverable costs in the form of lost rights, imposed fees, and progressively increasing penalties is the basic primary framework that we, the people, have been beyond too polite and accommodating in its presence. Like, this is a real threat, y'all. This contemporary hyper civility was intentionally conditioned into our society through its various systems, through the temptation and deception rooted in what appear to be the standards of acquiring wealth and status. I have intentionally removed power from this analysis because, unlike my usual rants regarding the elitist ruler class and their notoriously intellectually groomed professional managerial class cronies, this auspicious op-ed has more to do with their lesser-known counterparts, the rural or mercantile elite, aka small-town tyrants, and the suburbanite undergrads tricked into indentured servitude. The intentional classist and racist outsourcing of the service and conscription classes speaks volumes regarding the current and ongoing subversive globalist agenda to commit a cultural genocide of working class peoples they wish to eliminate or disenfranchise. The other main attack on this class is the contemptuous treatment received in the form of low pay, no benefits, and being treated like less than a full human for not meeting the elitist credentialization to stratification pay-to-play societal model that is designed to destroy anyone who does not submit to their indoctrination and subjugation through education, industry, and politics. Without our compliance, entertainment, and care, this group of unknowingly dependent manipulators has taken their deviant and abhorrent ways of order and understanding to an inexcusably genocidal level. They have developed a system leveraged against anyone who won't yield to their draconian practices rooted in a centuries-old Jesuit-led cloaked insurrection of the once veiled malevolent occultist orders and religiously inverted apostate deceptions embedded within sects of all the major religions of the world. This system, for the entirety of the modern and contemporary eras, was built after centuries of pillage, deceit, and repopulation. These depopulators love selective repopulation just like every other eugenicist who is on an insatiable quest for control and perfection. But do they know just how lost and off base these assertions are in the face of those who embody authentic values, knowledge, and wisdom? I think their subconscious knows, but their conscious mind will do any amount of work to find a way to make the truth they despise simply just disappear. That leads us today where we all live in this hyper-civilized technocratic state of misery, repression, and demoralization. It's not too late to do the right thing. It's not too late to take a bold, profound stance for truth, freedom, divinity, and knowledge so that we might become that much more matured and developed in our forging. Without these challenges set before us, we do not have the resources nor the stimuli required for growth. As we embrace this great age of apocalyptic evolution, may we all take part in the embracing, releasing, and cultivating of all phenomenon that has boiled over on that long neglected back burner. It is up to us to prevent and stop every part of this great genocide we've been witnessing unfold in regards to our culture, communities, and families before we accidentally turn tolerance, politeness, and cooperation into an unfortunately fatal exercise of lethally dysfunctional cordiality. And that's today's show. How lovely. Our musical selection today comes in from my project Aztec Adventure and is titled The Great Awakening. Links to the track are in the description box below. And all the links to follow the YouTube Recommended Chronicles over on X and Twitter, and how to get a hold of me via email. All my Rumble links are down there with all the links to everything displayed in the program. And I want to thank you all again for having another wonderful supplemental broadcast with me. Like I like to tell you guys, stay safe, stay prepped, stay awesome, and please continue to be excellent to one another because we need so much of that in the world right now. Bye, everyone. Burn, get out.